Welcome to Tsama Nafshi, gentlemen. And we are here, HaKodesh, Bezrat Hashem. And we're in the middle of Maseches Bava Kama, Shorsh Nogach, Daled Behei. And we're about to embark on a new Mishnah, Bezrat Hashem. Okay, so let's do it. Mishnah. Okay. Roy is going to read the Mishnah for us today, Bezrat Hashem. Right, Roy?
Kashara love of Maseira. The other tied and oxes are running. Na'al Bekonov Karoi, or locked the gate before it properly.
Like Roy.
Yotza Hizik, but the ox went out and damaged.
Right.
Echad Tam Echad Muad Hay. Whether it's a tam or a muad, the owner is liable. Divrei Rabbi Meir.
What did he do wrong? He tied the animal with some type of a rope or something, yes. And now Bafonov, Karoi, and he locked the door, the gate in front of the animal, Karoi, in a proper fashion. And nevertheless, it went out and did damage. So Rabbi Meir says, whether it's a tam, whether it's a mood, he's liable for the damage. Okay. Sounds like strict liability. And what does Rabbi Yehuda say?
Rabbi Yehuda Omer Tam Chay.
Am Chay.
The owner is liable if it's a tam. The muad Potter. So if it's a muad, he is exempt.
Oh. It's totally exempt on damages that were caused if the animal was a muad.
You mean totally, doesn't it?
Totally potter.
V'la yishmerenu ba'alov, because it is stated with regard to muad, and its owner did not guard it.
And then right after the pasuk saying that the owner didn't guard it, even though it was forewarned and established in the Beis Din before the owner that this animal is a muad tibur. Shalem yishalem. That's the end of the pasuk. He shall surely pay in such a case. So therefore, that's the explanation of why he's potter in this case. Continues the Rabbi Yehuda to say,
And his owner did not guard it. Shamur hu zeh, whereas this one was guarded.
Shamur. This animal was Shamur.
Which animal was this?
This animal that did the damage was Shamur. And the pasuk says that a condition in order to have to pay the damages is velo yishmener balo, that the owner did not guard the animal.
So this one was guarded.
So that's a condition in order for the owner to pay for the damage, that he didn't guard it. This animal was guarded, said Rabbi Yehuda. So it's not according to the pasuk that he should have to pay.
Rabbi Eliezer Omer, Ein lo shemira, Ein lo sakim. Rabbi Eliezer says, the muad has no means of guarding except the knife.
Right.
Not so strong.
Whose knife?
Whose knife?
Yeah, whose knife?
Shomer's knife? No, he couldn't. The Shomer wouldn't be allowed to kill it.
It has to be the owner. We're talking about the owner's liability here.
Yeah. No, we're not. We're talking about. Are we talking about the Shomer's liability? Oh, the owner.
It says
yeah, the owner.
Kashru Ba'alav.
Yeah.
The first second word.
Yeah.
Ba'alav,
The
its owner.
owner. Yeah, we're just talking about no Shomer here at all.
So what is Rabbi Yehuda saying over here? I mean, not Rabbi Yehuda.
Yeah.
What is Rabbi Eliezer saying over here? Is he arguing with somebody? Is he, what is he doing?
He's disagreeing with everybody. He's saying you cannot consider the animal. The animal's a muad. You cannot consider it guarded unless you slaughter it. In other words, you have to kill it, and that's the only way to be safe. Otherwise, you're liable.
So that's not like Rabbi Yehuda.
Correct.
Maybe it's like Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir says he's liable.
Could be. It's possible. Whether Tom or muad, he's liable. So why is he liable? He guarded it. They locked it up properly.
Depends, probably might depend on the type of garden. Probably just trying.
I think the key is the rain. The word for the rain, which is I guess what Mosera.
Yeah.
Mosera. So that to me that implies it's not such a strong guarding for an ox. An ox, to tie an ox with a rope is not really very effective, especially if it's known to be a goring ox.
So then why would Rabbi Yehuda say that he's putter? He says it's guarded.
Well, because I'm saying maybe there's two levels of guarding. Maybe there's strong guarding and weak guarding.
Okay.
And the rain is a weak guarding. So Yehuda is taking the Torah very literally and saying, well, it says he didn't guard it, meaning he didn't guard it at all. So maybe Rabbi Meir is saying he didn't guard it well enough.
Okay.
Although he says a tam or a muad, so that doesn't make sense because a tam, you would think that a tam would not need as strong a guarding as a muad. So I'm not so comfortable with my own explanation.
Okay. Let's see what we have here in Rashi. We got some Rashis over here. I'm going to read the Rashi's too. Phil didn't show today.
Mishnah. V'na'al b'fanav k'roi. He locked it properly in front of him. Hayinu she'mira. There is guarding pechusa.
That's what you said.
Pechusa is what, like a lesser?
Minimal.
Minimal
The
guarding.
word pachot. What's pachot mean? Pachot means that.
Less than this?
That's what happens when I go out to. I say, I would take the Meya. The Tsama Nafshi. No, and he would say pachot means that. That's what I said. Less. So he did a shmira pachusa. A minimal, less than a perfect garden. Like you said.
The lace, she kula, that it's not completely la'amod to stand the ruach in the spirit mitzvah of the commandment.
Ruach mitsuya.
Ruach mitsuya.
A delet. A Delis spells it with a tough here, Rashi. Delis.
Oh, the door.
The door that the animal was right. It says that he was null b'fun of karoi. He locked it in front of the animal, karoi, properly.
So there is a lesser guarding. The door. We have all of it stands.
Shechola, that it's able.
That it's able. Oh, Yachola. It's able to stand. Baruch.
Ruach Betsuya, in a normal wind, a ruach that is found.
A wind, a normal wind.
The type of wind that you generally find.
Okay, that's not a very strong door.
So, it would appear that, according to Rashi's explanation, what is minimal about the guarding over here that's being done by this owner?
The door is not so
Yeah.
strong.
The door is the proper.
I said
is
the
the
rain.
problem. So the fact that okay.
Lekaman, further on, Behachonim.
Kones.
Hakones, Behakones.
Kones, yeah.
Acquiring? Hakones.
Kona is to acquire. That's with a kuf, and not with a samach. It's with a hey. Kona. Kones. Kones to enter. Like Beis HaKnesses, a place that you go in, a place that you gather into.
Oh, an entrance.
Kones. Perik HaKones, yeah.
Oh.
The name of the perik.
It's going to be discussed over there.
Right. This issue of, I guess, Shmir Pachusa and Shmir Ma'ula is going to be discussed over there in regard to what constitutes a Shmir Pachusa, what constitutes a minimal guarding, Shmir Ma'ula, what constitutes a superior guarding. It's not really the subject matter, says Rashi, of our sugya, even though it's coming in over here.
Right.
Okay. Fine.
Below Yishmarnu Ba'alav. And he didn't guard upon it. The Mu'ad, with a Mu'ad, Kasiv, it is written, Mi'at HaKasuv.
Eight hakatuv.
Eight HaKatuv. From the time that it is written, the Shmirah for the guarding, Muetet, Kid Nefaresh, the Gemora. It's explained in the Gemora. What is this Muetis?
Okay. So the first word, mi'et. What's this word mean? We have two expressions over here when it comes to drushes. We have drushes that are coming l'rabot. They're coming to include, to be inclusive, l'rabot. And we have drushes that are coming l'ma'et. They're coming to exclude things.
Oh.
So this is, Rashi is explaining that this expression, that the animal that the owner did not guard the animal, is written explicitly and exclusively by the parsha of Shor Muad. So he says, Mi eit hakosav v'shmir mu'etis. Oh, actually, it's not the point. Rashi doesn't want the point that I was saying. He wants the point that when it says that he didn't guard it, I think it's exactly like you were saying. Miyed HaKosav, the pasuk is coming to exclude. In other words, to say a shmir mu'etis is enough. That's what he didn't do. He didn't guard Miyed HaKosav l'shmir mu'etis. The Gemora is going to speak this out. So we'll see it more clearly in the Gemora.
So muetis is a superior?
No.
Superior?
No, muetis.
Inferior.
Muetis also comes from the word ma'at, which means a little bit. It excludes, it means only a little bit. If it's only a little bit, you're excluding things which are not included, right?
Right.
So that's the connection between the words mi'et and mu'etis. Mi'et means where the pasuk is not including that it's necessary to do a shmira mu'ula, but it's mi'et. It's excluding and saying a shmira mu'etis is going to be sufficient. A minimal shmira is sufficient. How that's going to work out, we'll see how the Gemora explains it exactly, but it could be exactly like you're saying. It makes sense.
So the pasuk excludes a superior guardian.
And saying that the only thing which is necessary over here is a minimal guardian. Is that right? Is that right? Right.
No, because he's liable.
Not according to Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda is the one who's darshan his pasuk. We don't know why Rabbi Meir, right?
No, Rabbi Yehuda says the Tom is liable.
Okay, both of them said the Tom is liable.
Right, so they're both
That we
saying,
still don't know why that is. But it's alluded to in the fact that Rashi says the issue of Shmira is mentioned only by the Mu'ad. So we can learn from there that it doesn't matter in the case of a Tom whether you guarded it or not. Not guarding the Tom is not a reason to pater you. The way the Gemora, the way the Mishnah is, the way that Rashi is explaining the pasuk, the way Rabbi Yehuda uses the pasuk over here, is he's explaining why he's holding that the shor muad is going to be, the owner is going to be pater when the owner gave some type of a shmira, even a minimal one. That's going to be enough to exempt him. V'lo yishmerenu ba'alov. He didn't guard it. Meaning, even a shmir pachusa, he didn't guard it. Oh, the implication is that if he did give him a shmira mu'etzet, meaning he tied him up and he put him behind and locked the gate, which was a gate which will not fall down in an ordinary wind. So that's called a shmira pachusa, and that's called that he did a shmira. So on him, we cannot apply the pasuk that says "V'lo yishmerenu." That's talking about the guy didn't do any shmira whatsoever. That's when he's going to be liable. That's what Rabbi Yehuda holds.
The problem I have with that is if the guarding doesn't matter, then why does it start out saying that he tied it with the rein or locked it? What do I care about that if it doesn't matter?
Again, by a tam we say the guardian doesn't matter.
Right.
And here we're talking about a muad. Rabbi Yehuda is exempting from liability the case of the muad.
Oh, because he did guard. Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Okay. Oh, lo shmira. Ain lo shmira. He did not guard it. The muad. The muad. He did not guard the muad. That's just clarifying which one he's talking about.
No, this is the statement of Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer says, "Ein lo shmira, ela sakin."
Oh, right.
Says Rashi, "Ein lo shmira." What do you mean, "Ein lo shmira"? Who we're talking about?
Right.
Says Rashi,
The muad.
there's no shmira for a muad.
Right. Okay, ela sakin, except for the knife. Va'afilu shamru, and even if he guarded shmira with a guarding me'ula, Me'uleh,
Yeah.
means superior.
Right.
The hafil, the hefil, hakotel, something with a wall.
The
a wall.
Hipil. He caused it to
He
fall.
He caused it.
The hay is causative.
But hefil, and he caused to fall hakotel, the wall. So that's the ox caused the wall to fall.
Yeah.
V'yatza, and went out. Chayiv.
Go behind.
He's chayiv. Even if he put it behind a wall, which definitely was a superior guarding, if the ox knocked down the wall and went out, then the owner is chayiv, according to Rabbi Eliezer.
Right.
The shalosh, and there's three machlokot, there's three disagreements, or three opinions, b'devar, in this matter. The Ramah, is that the Ramah?
The Rebbe Meir.
The Rebbe Meir, there's an opinion of Rebbe Meir. The Shmira Pechusa, with a lesser guarding, Chayev, he's obligated. Ube Me'oleh, and with a superior guarding, Pater, he's exempt.
A minimal one. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You are right, and I am wrong.
Rebbe Yosef, Rebbe Yehuda, Bechusa, with a lesser, Nami also Pater, he's exempt. Ula Rebbe Eliezer, Ma'ule, Nami Chayev, with a superior guarding, he's still Chayev.
Oh, so now we know why we have three Tanoim over here in the Mishnah.
Right.
Rabbi Eliezer is not just coming to agree with one of the two previous Tanoim. He's coming to say his own view. That's why the Tana of the Mishnah included his opinion, because he has a different opinion. Not only does he have a different opinion than Rabbi Yehuda, he's even got a different opinion than Rabbi Meir. Right. What is the machlokes? Rashi says it's a three-way machlokes over here. It's a three-way. There's three different views. According to Rabbi Meir, and now the machlokes, if you'll notice, this three-way machlokes is only in regard to a shor. Wood. Is there any machlokes about a shor tam?
We don't know what Rabbi Eliezer says about a short time.
He didn't say anything about it.
Right.
Okay. The implication is that he agrees. He agrees. If he didn't say anything, he agrees. So they all agree that a short time, there's liability no matter what.
But no matter what, or for
No
a
matter
lesser
what.
guarding?
No matter what. If the animal does damage and it's a tam, you will always pay.
Right.
How much will you always pay?
Half.
Half. Hatzinesa. When it comes to shor muad, then there's a machlokes. According to Rebbe Meir, you need to do a shmira mu'ula, a superior guarding. Anything less than that, you're going to be liable if it damages. According to Rabbi Yehuda, all you need to do is shmira puchusa. Even a minimal guardian is enough to get you off the hook. You'll be totally exempt. And according to Rabbi Eliezer, he disagrees with both of them. He says that even a shmira ma'ula is not enough. The only shmira that's available to exempt you from liability is to put the animal out of commission. Okay. Good? Good. Okay, so we have some time left.
It's 5 after 12. Oh, 7 after 12.
Oh, we got it, right? Okay. Okay, so let's go to the Mishnah. Let's go straight to the Mishnah.
Shall I continue?
Unless Roy wants to continue.
You want to read, Roy? My Tsama to Rebbe Meir. What is the reason for Rebbe Meir? The Savar that he holds Stam Shivarim
Shvarim, yeah.
Shvarim Lav Bechez Chas Shimur Kaime.
Right.
He holds that an ordinary ox is not in a guarded state,
Not with Heskis Shimur kind of right.
not in the presumption of being guarded.
Being guarded.
What's an ordinary ox, a tam? Or
Right, yeah. Stam Shvarim
because
would
if
be a
he's not a
tam.
mullet, then he must be a tam. There are only two states, is that right?
Right. Stam Shvarim with Heskis Shimur kind. Okay.
So an ordinary ox is considered to be guarded because in a presumption of guarding is established.
Heskis Shimur kind. 1 second, let's see what Rashi says over here. And we were saying it the opposite.
Lav Chozak Shimur Kayam. Ein Adam Mishmar, a person does not guard Sharo, his ox, Klal, at all, Ella, except Menichu, minimal?
Manichu, he leaves him.
To
He lets
rest.
him. Yeah, from Noah.
Yotza, and go out. He lets him go out, go do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
An ordinary person lets his ox do anything.
Ain't other Meshamer Shoro Klal. So we're talking about the way Rashi phrases it. We're talking about the fact that that's the way the average person regards his shore. That's what we mean when we say Lav B'cheskes Shimur Kaime. They're not guarded.
That's pretty amazing. You're talking about
Stam Shvarim are not guarded animals.
talking about a powerful, dangerous animal. Sure is a big, strong animal.
But maybe they're allowed to roam that unrestrained and outbacks and away from the houses and I don't know.
Well, in America, I mean, they're fenced in.
Maybe it's in their fields, in their corrals or whatever.
It says B'yotza, to go out. That, to me, that implies no restrictions.
Manichu B'yotze, walks down the street.
Okay. So,
Stam Shvarim Lav B'cheskes Shimur Kaime. But Omer Rachmana.
for Amar Rachmana, Hashem says, Tam ni chayav. A tam is liable. De ni by a, that it's needed, lay to it for it. Shmira pechusa, a lesser guarding. So even though the average person doesn't guard his tam, nevertheless Hashem says he needs to.
Well, Hashem says that the din is if a tam goes and does hezek, right? The owner won't
Right.
be able to say, "What do you want from me? I did like everybody does with their shore."
Right.
That's not a defense.
Right.
Amar Rav Mana tam nechayev. Maybe Meir understands that because, okay, let's just say what it is that's being said, and then we'll maybe we'll go into this further. Maybe we won't. The Torah says tam nechayev. A tam will be liable for damages. Dini boile shmir pusa. That is, how does that work exactly? You could ask the question, if the animal people don't guard, and nevertheless the din is, when he does damage, they have to pay for it, so does that mean that he, what does the Gemora mean over here when it says that the boile shmir pachusa, that you're going to need to do a shmir pachusa? Let's see a little further. Let's not get bogged down. Let's see the whole picture.
That's even odd because in the Mishnah he did a shmer pachusa and he's still liable. So the Gemora seems to be contradicting the presumption of the Mishnah at this point.
Yeah, that's what I say. Let's see the whole picture before we get confused ourselves.
Okay. Hadar Amar Rachamana Hadar.
Comes back. In other words, comes back
Comes
the
back.
Torah to say,
Velo Yishmar Renu. He did not guard it. Gabe Muad, concerning a Muad, de Niboye lay, that it's required for it, Shmira Mu'ula, a superior guarding. Well, that's interesting. That's not what Rabbi Yehuda says. The Yalif Negicha Latam Negicha Lemuad. The Yalif is to explain.
Yalif, it means that we learn out.
We learn out the goring of a tam and the goring of a muad.
Learn out the negicha that is said by a tam, the din of the negicha of a tam, from the din of a negicha by a muad.
Where did the word from come from? Negicha latam, negicha lemuad.
That's I'm just putting together the statement. No leaf negicha latam, negicha lemuad. Yeah. It's a little bit missing in the language of the Gemora. I would have expected the Gemora to put it in, but
Right,
it
like
doesn't.
a lamed or
It doesn't.
or a mem.
No, that's negicha latam, negicha lemuad. That's the way the Gemora is saying it. Yalif negicha latam, negicha lemuad. Okay, so we have we read that one. And then we have this one, negicha latam, negicha lemuad.
So I guess what it's saying is they're the same.
Let's see what Rashi says.
Okay. Negicha latam, negicha lemuad. Migazera shava.
Shava.
From a similarity of words. De laboye.
That's one of the Yud Gimel Midos, right? It's a method of derivation.
Right.
So that's this word yolif. Yolif means that we learned out. When we say learn out in English, we're referring to that the Gemora is making some type of a derivation based upon one of the methods of learning out from the Torah. And here Rashi says, in fact, it's a Yerushalyim.
Okay. Delaboye nami, that we also need tam, a tam, shmira, guarding, me'ula, superior.
Right. Oh.
So we learn out from the word from the Gzeira Shava that we need the superior guarding for both. And that's how we know it's the Tam from the Muad, because obviously the Muad is the one that we would expect to be superior guarding.
Well, how do we know it out? Even more than that. We're not using our seichel, but we're, like Rashi said before, the pasuk that mentions Shmira is mentioned by a shor muad. So we see that the Torah speaks about the obligation of Shmira by a shor muad.
Right.
And over here, the Rabbi Meir, or the Gemora is saying that Rabbi Meir learns out on the basis of a Gzeira Shava the obligation of Shmira that need for a tam from a muad. Negicha tam, negicha lemud, Gzeira Shava. To the boy nami tam, that a tam also needs Shmira Ma'ula, just like a what's it called? A muad needs Shmira Ma'ula.
Right.
For some reason, Rabbi Meir understands from this pasuk below Yishmerenu Balov that it's referring to a Shmira Ma'ula, unlike Rabbi Yehuda that Rashi explained on the Mishnah. And from there, Rabbi Meir's got a Gzeira Shava that he's going to apply to say that also by a tam also requires Shmira Ma'ula, just like a shor muad needs a Shmira Ma'ula.
So now we have the average person doesn't guard at all, but according to Rabbi Meir, a superior guarding is required.
This is Shimon kindly. Yeah, I'm not happy with this. Let's read a little further. Then the whole picture is not clear to me.
Rabbi Yehuda Savar, Rabbi Yehuda holds stam, regular shivarim, regular oxen, the chezkas are presumed shimur kaimed. Guarding is established. Okay, so that's the same thing we said before. Rabbi Yehuda...
Opposite.
Opposite?
Yeah.
Regular oxen are considered to be guarded?
What were the words that Rabbi Meir used, and what are the words that Rabbi Yehuda used? Look at the words in the Gemora.
Okay. Stam shivarim. Oh, he says lav are not considered to be. Oh, I see. In this one it says they are considered to be in a guarded state. Oh, I see. People generally watch their oxen with a lesser guarding. Okay, that's the difference. Rabbi Meir says the average person doesn't guard, and Rabbi Yehuda says the average person guards with a lesser guard.
Yeah, we have to understand, because there's something here that doesn't make sense to me. Why are we talking about what the derech is for people to do? We should rather be talking about what the Torah requires.
Yeah.
What what people do have to do with what the Torah requires them to do? Something's not computing over here.
Right.
But apparently it's part of the explanation for developing the view of Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Meir. So we have to understand it better. So Rabbi Yehuda starts out with saying the opposite that Rabbi Meir said. He says, Adarabba, Punkt verkehrt. Stam shvarim becheskes shibur kaimet. Meaning, what does Rashi say over here? Lav becheskes, he says rather, Stam shvarim becheskes shibur kaimet.
Ein lecha adam she'eno mishmar. There is not to you a person that does not hear
Mishamer.
mishamer. Oh, does not guard shoro, his ox, shmiras pechusa, with a lesser guarding. So everybody guards with a lesser guarding. The chayiv, and is obligated hakasuv by the pasuk, the tam, with a tam, alma, really,
Oh, that's the point.
shmira, to guard, ma'ula, strict or superior, boye, it's necessary, hadar, kasav, I forget what hadar was,
Comes back.
to come back to the pasuk.
Hadar, the pasuk comes back. Hadar,
What's boye?
Hadar, kasav.
Boye hadar kasav.
Okay.
Boye.
Rashi's saying over here, step one is that we start off with, according to Rabbi Yehuda, that people guard their animal a shmir pchusa. That's step one.
Right.
Step two in this is that the Torah comes along, chayav akasav b'tam, that the Torah makes liability for a short time. Oh, says Rashi, what do I understand from there? Alma, so we see, says Rashi, this is the point over here, the connection between what people do and what the Torah says is the din. People do a shmir pechusa. The Torah obligates for a short time. Says Rashi, Alma. So we see from there that what? Shmir. Why does the Torah obligate for a short time? Says Rashi, Alma. We see from there that a shmir ma'ula, boy, the reason that that the Torah makes liable for a short time is because the Torah requires a higher level of shmira than a minimal shmira for an animal. It requires a shmira ma'ula. That's why the Torah makes a tam liable. See how the point is being developed over here?
Right. So we have to come back to the pasuk.
Hadar kasav, that what?
That shmira ma'ula boye.
No. Hadar kasav, in the next pasuk, it's going to talk about a shor muad rather.
Right.
Tells me, and he didn't guard him. So now what are we doing? That's the hadar kasav. Hadar kasav, according to Rabbi Yehuda, that the Torah says, and he didn't guard him, and he's gonna therefore have to pay for a shor muad. Oh, now you got to be a genius to figure this one out. So what's it now? Now, where does that leave us in this step-by-step analysis over here? We just got through saying that it must be that the Torah requires you to guard a shmira mu'ula, because that's why the Torah is going to make you liable for a tam. Because most people, they guard the tam, they guard their ordinary animal, their stam shvorim. They don't know that they're prone to do goring. They guard them a minimal shmira. So why it is that the Torah makes you liable always for a short tam? That's because the Torah says you got to do a shmira mu'ula on a tam. Oh, and then when the Torah discusses the din of a muad, what do we see? Hadar kasav. Subsequently, the Torah comes back and tells me that below Yishmerenu Balav, and in regard to a short muad, the owner did not guard the animal like he was supposed to. Yishalem Yishalem. So he's going to have to pay. Ooh, what does Rabbi Yehuda infer from there? Rabbi Yehuda infers, Rashi doesn't explain us because he leaves it to us to figure it out. I think the point is that we know. What does Rabbi Yehuda hold by a short muad? What's the din? That as long as he gives a shmira puchusa, he's going to be putter.
Right, because it says he didn't guard it, so if he did guard it, he's okay.
So this is very strange.
Indeed.
Very strange. I think that's the way Rebbe Yehuda works. Now, if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, instead of going further, we should do the same analysis with Rebbe Meir now. Now that I think that we've cracked the Gemora.
You have.
Right?
I've cracked myself.
Well, that's also good. That's also good. As long as you crack something, that's the main thing. Okay. So let's go back to Rebbe Meir here.
Okay.
Should we just say over what Rebbe Yehuda holds again before we go to Rebbe Meir?
Yeah.
Okay. Rebbe Yehuda, step 1, says, Stam Shvorim Becheskes Shimor Kaimei, meaning that we're talking about the owners, what the owner does with his animal. He guards him. He guards the shore, even though he doesn't know that the shore is a muad. He guards the shore. The shore is guarded. Step 1. Step 2, says the Gemora, Omer Rachmana, the Torah says that a tam, if he does damage, he's going to pay. Why is he going to pay? Didn't the guy do what he's supposed to do? Presumably he did what he's supposed to do. He did Shmira Puhusa. That's just it, says Rashi. The Torah is telling me that he's going to be liable for a tam because the Torah requires that he gives a Shmira Ma'ula in order to escape liability for a tam.
Right.
And here he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So that's why the Torah is making him chayiv. Then, says Rashi, Hadar Kosav, then the Torah subsequently tells me about a shor muad and says, when it comes to a shor muad now, Yishmerenu Balav, Shalom Yishalem. If he didn't guard him, after having been forewarned that he's a muad, he'll have to pay full damages, which means that, according to Rabbi Yehuda, that he, that what? That he, you know what? We're going to see what the Gemora says, but I'm going to say this before, and I'm going to see if I'm right. I'm not sure now. I think so. Hadar Amar Rachmana is going to tell me that according to Rabbi Yehuda, Lo Yishmerenu means, like Lou said, I think that's correct, they didn't guard him at all. Because the Shmira Puchusa will get him off the hook for liability with a short muad. And that's what we learned in the Mishnah, according to Rabbi Yehuda. So that's what the Gemora is going to have to say. I don't know how it's going to work it out. Let's see what the Gemora reads. Before we go to Rabbi Meir, we have to finish the words of the case of Rabbi Yehuda.
Hagar Amar Rachamana, the Torah says,
Are you following? More or less.
V'lo Yishmerenu, and he did not guard.
Yeah.
Gabe Muad.
Gabe Muad.
Concerning a Muad.
Right.
De Na'avid lay.
Oh boy.
Shmira Ma'ula.
Oh boy.
Implying that the Muad requires a superior level of guarding.
Okay.
Wait, what? I
That's
thought we said the opposite.
right? But we're not finished though. Take a look at what the Gemora says further.
Okay. Have ribui
Have a ribui, achar ribui.
achar ribui. This
Yes.
constitutes an amplification following an amplification.
Right.
What does that mean?
Ribui, achar ribui. Yeah, we're getting very complicated over here. Ribui is from the Lashon Lerabot.
Right. Increase.
Right.
Make many.
In other words, we're saying that there's a ribui. There's been in the psukim over here a ribui, and then after the first ribui that the pasuk told me by Tam, it told me another ribui by Mud. We got what's called a ribui achar ribui over here.
That's one of the 13 also?
No, actually
No,
not.
it's not. Okay.
Have a ribui achar ribui. I don't think so. But ein ribui achar ribui ella lema'et.
And the only time you have a ribui after ribui is to reduce. 8 is to
This
include.
okay. Now this is an expression ein ella. This is an ein ella phrase.
Right.
Ein ella phrase means in English there isn't except for,
Right.
which means basically there's only.
Oh.
So in other words, when you get to a case of ribui after ribui, the Gemora is saying there's the ribui after ribui is nothing other than lemayit. So the bottom line comes out that when you have a ribui after ribui structure in the Torah in different psukim, it works out. The bottom line is that the Torah is coming lema'et.
So we're saying an increase followed by an increase means a decrease?
Yeah.
That seems very counterintuitive.
Yeah. It's hard to explain it. It is quite.
Yeah, that's what it says in the footnote.
Tosfos has a different question. Tosfos says, look, if the Gemara, if the Torah wants to be mamayet something, wants to reduce something, or make something less, or exclude something, what do you have to go like this for?
That's exactly what I'm
why does the Torah have to do that? Just tell me straight out.
Yeah.
Just go like that. What do you have to go like this for? That's a good question. but okay.
Does Tosfos give an answer?
Oh, it's actually Tosfos Yontif. Tosfos Yontif, that's in the Mishnayos. The Shem Halichas Olam. Ribui Rishon Heinu Ribui Klali. The first ribui you find in the Torah is a ribui klali, a general inclusion. Bo haribui. In other words, if you think about it for a second, a ribui is including. So the first time you included, you've got everything included. So what now then are you doing if you're coming a second time after that and saying, include it, include again? What do you mean? I already included everything. It doesn't make sense either. Just the actual thing itself, it doesn't make any sense. Everything is already included. So what's the inclusion after the inclusion?
Right.
The other way around, we also have Eyun miut achar miut ela l'rabot.
Right.
Talking about headaches, right? Two negatives, two exclusions works out bottom line to be a riboy, l'rabot, to be inclusive. So we got one going like this and one going like that. And you thought the Gemora was logical. Yes, the Gemora is very logical. It's the epitome of logic. It's called Hashem's logic. It's not called our logic.